The Board of Mayor and Aldermen of Cumberland City met in regular session on Thursday, November 2nd, 2023 at City Hall with Alderman Milliken and Gillum absent. Also in attendance was City Recorder Kristen Mathis, Levi Page with the Stewart County Standard, Tina Ramsey with the Stewart County Streaming, also several city residents. Mayor Vaughn called the meeting to order at 5:06 after a close of a public hearing and called for the reading of October meeting minutes. They were approved on a motion by Gunson, second by Short. No unusual expenses were reported. Next was the opening of the T-Deck project bids. The only bid that was received was Wright Engineering PLC. A motion was made by Gunson, second by Short, to accept the bid from Wright Engineering, followed by a roll call vote and approval. Next, Recorder Mathis brought up the topic of Cumberland Connect through CEMC. She stated that the police department had ran into an issue with the level of speed that was needed for the new software that the department had obtained through the violent crime grant. The city is currently with AT&T and AT&T couldn't offer better speed. So CEMC was contacted and they could offer the speed needed for the software. A rate would be at $90 monthly. Also, phone lines would be $32 each. The city would need 4 phone lines. After a short discussion, Alderman Short asked if the fire hall could get service as well. Recorder Mathis said that she would look into getting quotes for the service at the fire hall. A motion was made by Gunson, second by Short, followed by a roll call vote and approval. Next was the bid opening for the police department truck. There was 4 bids total for the specs of a 2023 Chevy Silverado 1500. After opening and listing the companies and prices for each bid, the board agreed on the Freeland Chevrolet bid with the amount being $53,700. A motion was made by Gunson, second by Short. The roll call vote was made with all members approved. Lastly, Recorder Mathis explained that the Park and Rec had asked for approval of $250 for petty cash for the event that was held on November 11th at the fire hall. A motion was made by Gunson, second by Short, followed by a roll call vote. Alderman Gunson wanted to let everyone know that Halloween this year was great and they had a big turnout. Mayor Vaughn called for other business. None was brought forth. A motion was made to adjourn by Gunson, second by Short. Meeting adjourned at 5:15 p.m.
You heard the reading of the minutes. If there's no additions or corrections, do I hear a motion accept as read?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Motion and second. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, motion carried. Are there any unusual expenses?
No, sir.
The new business, this is Christmas again, and honestly it seems like it comes about every 2 months, and normally we give them time off, and this year dates would be December the 18th through January the 1st, and they'll be back to work on the 2nd. Do I hear a motion to approve that?
I make a motion, but this is read to the January the 2nd? What's that day on?
It will come. It's just Tuesday.
January
So coming
1st.
back on the 2nd.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry. I may
they'll
have
come
wrote that
back to
wrong.
work
Yeah,
on
it
the
should have
2nd.
been first, but either way, but yeah,
We'll come back to work on Tuesday the 2nd.
I make a motion.
Motion made, do I hear a second?
Second.
And a roll call vote, it being money.
Short,
Yes.
Gillum, Milliken,
Yes.
Vaughn.
Yes, motion carried. You wanna present what you got now?
Yes, so I spoke to Mr. Brian Haslett about the fundage for, through TDEC, about getting the funds to go ahead and do all of our things that were on our scorecard for the sewer system that we spoke about 1.5 years ago. Everything's good to go. We had to approve the minutes from last month's meeting, so after these were approved just a minute ago, I can send that paperwork to him in the morning, and that'd be a go. The next thing will have to be done is Gary and Seth will have to get together and start and write up a contract. They're in the process of writing a contract up right now that the state will approve, because the state's been kicking back everybody's contracts, I guess. So he's sending the contract to the state, make sure it's all approved. After it's approved, if Gary approves it and Seth approves it, then they'll sign that, but then we'll have to come back before y'all for a resolution in order to accept the contract.
Hopefully all that'll be back for the January's meeting.
Yes, he's hoping that we will be able to pass the resolution on the 4th of January.
And contract being what?
Well, we already had a bid process for
Right.
for that, being that we would pay Seth. It was $117,000. I don't know don't quote me on those, but I think it was 117 and some change that we would end up paying Seth out of that money.
That was for the directional board to bridges intake
Right.
and discharge.
And the
So that's what the contract's for, though.
Lagoon,
what I'm
Yes.
saying.
Yes,
Mhm.
and that's the governor's money.
Yeah,
What's the
Uh,
term,
eight-
not
Oh, it's T-Deck.
T-Day?
It's ARPA funding.
Yeah.
ARPA, that's what I
Yeah.
was trying to think, yeah,
Mhm.
ARPA, yeah.
And so I just wanna let you know that we're hoping that we can get that and we'll be able to receive our money shortly after we pass that resolution and get, because I talked to Miss Rebecca that's at Rise, and she said that they actually had in their plan, if everything would've went like it was supposed to with all the states, they were actually gonna be starting with Cumberland City for our projects the first of the year. But
so
we're not
why
gonna
are the
do that.
contracts being voted away?
The states just they're making us jump through lots of hoops. I mean,
Okay.
I've had my stuff sent back. Actually, what Mr. Brian Haslett with TAUD has told me to send in, and then that's been sent back to him and said this ain't right. So then he comes back to me and says, I probably have 50 emails in there going back and forth because what I've sent him. That's why I've came to you guys so many times with it because
Yeah.
we have to keep coming back. Now we had to do this bidding process that we didn't. Most cities have an engineer that they work with primarily. I mean, that's just the way it is.
Mhm.
Well, we primarily worked with Seth because he's local and he's here. But I had to send out bids. That's what we did last month with a public hearing to accept his bid. Well, nobody else even
Mhm.
bidded on the project. So
And so hopefully we'll have that.
That was a
by
new thing.
January and being able to start when.
we don't know. We don't know when we'll get the check. But that's just
Yeah.
passing a resolution to go to the state and say we're ready to get our funding.
We cannot do anything without the money.
Yeah. Because if something was to fall through, Cumberland City doesn't have to pay for it if the state didn't come through. So.
Been a long time coming.
We started this in 21, so the end of 21 is
Right,
when
I
this was
remember,
brought.
yeah.
Yeah, brought for you because I had to fill out scorecards and everything else with the state. So, and their scorecard was basically what kind of jobs we wanted to do, which was those 3 that we agreed on with y'all on doing, and that was what we sent in, and that's what they did approve all 3 of our jobs. So it's
Great.
just a matter of getting the check to our hand.
Yeah.
You have anything else?
I do not.
Anything else come before the board?
Yeah, so I did talk about the money on removing that, I don't know what the money's called, but the grant for the school.
Okay.
Did find out about that, and that's still for sure in the works. But, you know, just like you're working with this on the government money and state money, hard to get a hold of in a quickly manner. So hopefully, you know, my biggest thing, they're saying now, time frame around February.
Okay. Well,
But it don't, that's still, you know, it's
That's still
it's government,
hearsay,
right?
yeah.
So that's what they're saying. You know, my hope is for sure we can get this out by the summertime. Just you know, be able to get it done in the better way.
Well, I sent pictures to Mr. Tom Myers with Seals Insurance. He sent them to PEP. As of right now, they're okay with what we've done at the school with boarding that up. So everything's good to go on that so far.
And-
Nothing's
and
been kicked back.
That keeps us covered for 2 years,
Mhm.
right? 2 more years. Is that right?
I don't know about 2
Insurance.
years. I think it was just a year they extended it.
Okay, I was hoping it was. I was thinking
Let
it was 2.
let me get a confirmation
Yeah,
on
verify
that.
that for me, please.
I thought it was a year also.
Yeah, I think it was just a year because they weren't happy.
Yeah, I know.
They were not happy with the school.
And when does that year start? In October?
Mhm.
Yeah, if you don't
I'll
mind,
get a check
confirm
on that.
please.
Anybody here got anything?
I'm curious what the plan for the school is.
Ain't here, ma'am.
The plan for the school?
Plan for the school.
Plan for the school.
The eventual plan for the school.
To get rid of it.
Demolish it.
You know, put up some kind of, you know, who knows, the sky's the limit at that point, but city park, some kind of recreational area for surrounding areas, but it's a real liability, safety hazard, liability for the city as well too. And we're actually able to get some funds to get that removed now. That's what we're gonna looking at doing.
If there's nothing else,
I got something else. So, I got several questions from residents, concerned residents from Cumberland City, and myself. And they were actually addressing this to you.
okay.
and they want to know what your plan is to increase the revenue for Cumberland City.
To increase it. Well, for right now, I do know we've had another feller bought 220 acres and he's wanting to open up a subdivision on most of it.
Okay,
And that's revenue. And if the fuel floor comes on through, the land across the railroad track is still in the city limits.
only roughly 20 acres of it.
It's more than that, sir.
So this is what I'm getting to. You were adamantly against the true local beef coming into Cumberland City.
No, I
You
didn't
voted-
say that.
You voted. This is why I say this. Coming into the Cumberland City Industrial Park.
Right,
portion.
now you got it right.
Okay.
In the industrial
All
park.
right.
Because
is what I've
that is
got.
certified land.
Coming into the Cumberland City portion of the industrial park.
That's right.
Okay. And you voted against it every single time in every format.
Not every format, I abstained on one of them.
Okay. Fair
Yeah,
enough.
I abstained on one of them.
Fair enough. So, all right. So now True Local Beef is trying to finalize a deal with Houston County resident
Well, it's still
Right
in the
adjacent-
city limits.
right
Most
adjacent,
of it's in the city limits.
across the
Cumberland
railroad
City.
tracks from the portion of the industrial park that Cumberland City didn't want it at. Or you didn't want it at. Not Cumberland City.
Yeah.
You didn't want it
I
at.
was opposed for them coming in the industrial park.
Okay.
Yes.
Adjacent because of the terms that you said was the smell and everything else.
Well,
This is
They were gonna
literally
take-
across the road, across the railroad
I
track.
have no problem with it.
Okay, that's
have-
not what you said earlier.
No, hey,
But either way.
I didn't say Cumberland City, I said industrial park.
But you also said smell and everything else associated with the smell and cows out, whatever the reasons. Whatever the reason, I'm not
Yeah.
lobbying for this, I'm
All right.
lobbying for the revenue.
All right.
So this creates a huge revenue loss for Cumberland City, you realize that, right?
No, sir, not if they go across and build over there. We still got land over there, and he's
On
gonna
the
have
20
to
acre
acquire.
portion that's not,
Well, it's all
that's
but
not where
40.
he's building.
It's all but 40. It's all but 40.
Okay, okay. Out of 150 something acres, it's 40 of it or whatever. That portion of that's in the floodplain.
Yes, sir, floodplain, yes, sir.
Okay. So they're not building in the floodplain, if they build.
I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do.
Okay, so I'm telling you, they wouldn't build in the
I
floodplain.
said, I don't know.
So this, anyway, this continues to create approximately, and I may be off a few thousand dollars. You literally voted for $375,000 in property tax annually lost to Cumberland City, and approximately $750,000 to Stewart County itself.
We still have the land in the industrial park.
We do.
And it's in the city limits. That land is still there for tax base for Cumberland City. It
When-
depends on what comes in there.
And okay, so I'll get to that in just a minute. So okay, so 750,000 approximately lost for Stewart County, $375,000 approximately lost for Cumberland City.
I still tell you,
I
the
understand. I'll
land
get to you.
across the track is still in the city limits of Cumberland City, a lot of it.
$375,000 is a pretty hefty annual check.
Well,
Okay, so currently Cumberland City is losing 18 to 22% in tax revenue year over year. Okay, DVA shutting down in approximately 5 years. I don't know, 7 maybe, however long they stay. They're shutting down. We're losing all of that. The Beijing plant, who knows if that's even going to take off? I really don't think it is personally.
all I can say about that, we still receiving our monthly payment that they owe us almost $27,000 a month. They still making payments to us for
And-
that land.
But not making payments to everybody else. In the contracts, you know that because actually the industrial board told them that they gotta start, if they don't start paying their, people, then they're gonna take the lease agreement away from us. So we could turn around and have an empty building
Well,
there again.
that's legal.
I know.
somebody
I agree.
legal. I'm not commenting on that at all.
I agree. And so, with all that, something has to change. We got to generate a revenue stream, all right? And so, the residents of Cumberland City, and for sure myself, would like to understand, and you talk about, we still own that land. And how long
It's
have
in the
we
city
owned the land?
limits.
Yeah, it's in the city limits.
Right.
How long have we had it in the city limits? How many years?
It's been there ever since the plant. The first plant come in there when they built the industrial park.
And how much property
And
tax has
we
it
have to
generated?
compete with everybody. We can't give them everything that everybody else gives them. We have to compete. It's
So-
not Cumberland City. I want you to know the industrial park is by county.
Understood.
And we have to agree to disagree with them, and, it's still revenue gonna be here. It's still coming,
Okay, so that's my next question.
yeah.
And from everybody else in Cumberland City that's approached me about it, what is your strategic plan? Because
Well,
if we're continuing to lose 18
Whatever
to
the
22%,
Aldermen want me to do, I will do. It's not me personally, I cannot do nothing if the Aldermen don't agree with it. I can't even get a budget passed. I can't
I
spend
agree
any
with
money.
that 100%.
It's the Aldermen.
but
It's the
how
Aldermen.
do you go around and tell the residents of Cumberland City the negative part that you believe and trying to get everybody to vote that away? I don't understand.
Again, Eric, that land is still here for anybody to come in. And what if a company come in tomorrow? You gonna apologize for me? It's not me,
Absolutely not.
it's a whole state.
I
And
want them in here. If you've got that plan, I just want to know.
Huh?
If you got some great plan and some other company's coming
If
in,
y'all will get
it's gonna
together and
generate
tell
more
me what
revenue.
you want me to do, I'll be more, I can't do nothing.
I'm telling you.
Alderman,
if we're losing 18 to 22% annually in revenue, we will not be Cumberland City in
Well,
several years.
as long as people give tax breaks, and I've never voted for a tax break. I mean, to any company coming in. I've never done that. And, it's governed by the counties too. We have to go along what they do.
I understand
Again.
all that. But if we just got land there that nobody's at, or we're not fighting to get somebody there,
Well, the company's looking at 20 acres right now of that.
who is?
Well, they got code names, just like everybody else
Okay, so
has.
somebody's looking at it.
Yeah,
So then that's what we need to know. People needs to know
Well-
if there's opportunities coming up where their kids aren't moving
Well,
off and everything
yes,
else like it's happening right now. We're
Again,
dying.
whatever y'all want me to do, I'll be more than glad to go and bring it to you, the information back. And it's not just me, it's the Alderman here.
I believe, and I don't know if I'm speaking for all the aldermen, and I don't want to try to do that, but I'm telling, if we don't start generating some kind of revenue,
Right.
Without
It's
raising
not-
taxes.
I can't generate nothing unless y'all bring it before and vote on it.
but when we brought it to you, we voted for, you voted against, substaining, against,
I
and whatever.
voted against it being in the industrial park, not Cumberland City.
It wasn't in Cumberland City, now it's going in Houston
Yes,
County.
I
And although Houston
can't
County,
say it enough.
I'm grateful for Houston County, we need the jobs and ability right there.
Again.
I hope it comes.
Again,
Mr. Eric,
the
don't
land.
get mad, but I was the one that said no.
Oh, no, you did.
Not him, I did.
No, he did too.
He did too.
You did, but he did too.
But you needed his vote.
Be-
The other three aldermen didn't.
being in the
That's y'all.
industrial park.
Y'all got y'all's minds, I've got mine.
I ain't trying to speak for you. I really,
So
That's fine.
sometimes you butt in where you don't need to. I'm sorry. I have no hard feelings against you or Debbie. I've known her ever since I even know her mom.
this ain't about hard feelings. This is about trying to generate some revenue.
Again,
But give people a chance. You jumping on him because he can't tell you what company's coming in here. Maybe he don't know the name of the company. He just knows X is trying to think about buying the land.
I'm just telling you what the Cumberland City residents are telling me. that I represent, and I will continue to tell
Well,
what
I
what they
represent them too, and some of them come and told me they did not want that meat plant here.
Well, it's coming.
And that's where I stood.
It's coming right beside of it.
That's no problem. It
No.
won't be on, it won't be in the industrial park.
Either way,
It
it's
still be tax money for Cumberland City.
very little, if any.
Again, it's still gonna be tax money.
That's all I have.
And if somebody else comes in on this other property over here, that's added to that.
Oh, I hope they do.
And if,
Or somebody.
if's a little bitty word, but it covers a whole lot of area. But whatever the board wants me to do, I will be more than glad to. I just can't come in here and tell you this is what we're gonna do. The board has to vote on it.
I just wanna know what your plan is, Dwight. Everybody else does too. To first know if you're so against all of it. All we're trying to find out is why.
I'm not against that kill Florida slaughterhouse. I'm not against it, but I was in the industrial park. Please show that in the minutes. That the industrial park is the only thing I didn't want it there. It's not enough acreage right there for him to do what he wanted.
You was talking, well, either way, you was talking smell and everything else. But either way.
Well, I
it
do
is what
have
it is.
my opinion like everybody else, sir.
Absolutely.
It's my opinion. And it would have killed the park in there. It's gonna be over there, but it will not be in the park where the land has been certified.
Understood.
Yeah,
How would it kill the park?
pardon me?
How would it kill the park? There's nothing been gone in like 20
Well,
years.
Who says that the people would want to stay there? I
They
don't
said they
know.
wouldn't if you
If
don't
you
give them a
know, you
chance.
tell me and we'll all
You
know.
don't give them a chance and have some kind of revenue. Cumberland City's got to have
Again,
revenue. Wasn't this?
Again, I have my opinion, and you got yours. He just expressed his, you expressed yours, and it's not my complete responsibility. It's the aldermen sit here. I can't do nothing if they don't vote for it. I can't do nothing. I can't spend money. I can't make a motion. I can't second a motion. I can't do nothing unless they do it. It's them. It's not me. It's not me.
Do we need to make a motion to allow a budget for, say, someone like you to go out and get people? Is that what we need to do?
But what's our,
Do we need to make a motion to allow you like a certain amount of budget for you to go out and try to get people to come into the industrial park? So I'm just saying that we have to do
we
it.
have people with the state, 2 departments with the state, Economic Community Development and MTIDA, Middle Tennessee Industrial Association. They bring the people in to the park. It's a bi-county and it's not Cumberland City's. And I didn't get appointed to that board being the mayor of Cumberland City. I've been on that board for years. And we can't compete with larger areas. We can't compete with them. And most of them give them tax breaks for 10 years or more. I've never voted for a tax break on anybody because of the revenue, sir. I've never voted to give them any tax breaks to come in.
Well, we're losing 18 to 22% annually, year over year.
Well, it's all across the state. It's all across the state. It's not just Cumberland
Do you have
City.
a plan for that?
Huh?
You have a plan for that?
Whatever y'all want me to do.
Okay.
You're the
whatever y'all-
mayor. You gotta have a plan in place. What's your plan? You're the
Again.
mayor.
Again, I can't. We work hard every day to try to get somebody to come in that park. Every day. The chairman and I was on the phone today for about 3 hours.
Appreciate it.
I'm
That's all I
sorry
got.
that I can't satisfy.
I'm just
sorry.
asking for Cumberland City, that's who we're representing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Is there anything else coming for the board?
I wanted to address Mr. Short. I did reach out to CMC about getting internet at the fire hall.
Okay.
It'd be a cheaper rate because we have to have the IP static. I don't know what that means. We have to have that here. So it's $90 for here, but it's only gonna be $50 if we just wanted to have regular internet that would work. I don't think the fire hall needs anything substantial.
And actually, that $50 Cumberland Connect is actually really good. You ain't gonna need any more.
I think it would support, because we talked about last month how, you know,
Mhm.
sometimes we have meetings at the fire hall and stuff like that where they do need access to internet. I think it would support what they need to do and still give access to the
It for
fire
sure would.
rescue that uses it also. So
Yeah,
it's
it's
$50
good.
a
Yeah,
month.
that's what I was thinking.
So I went ahead and, because you guys approved that last month, I went ahead and I reached out to her and told her to get us on the list for the fire hall as well.
Okay, perfect.
So we're gonna change the phone at the fire hall, and we're supposed to be able to keep all the numbers. AT&T is supposed to release all of our numbers, but we're gonna go ahead and get on Cumberland Connect. I keep wanting to call it CMC. Cumberland Connect for everything we have. We're gonna switch from AT&T to Cumberland Connect.
Okay. Good
So I just
thing.
wanted to let you know that I
Thank
did reach out to them.
Anything else come for the board? If not, I hear a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second,
Second.
all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, you so called.